Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Ines Alea, and today it's another Filmmaking Friday. Alright, so Filmmaking Friday, which means we're going to talk about filmmaking, but filmmaking also applies on where you upload it and social media. In this case, we're going to be talking about Instagram, because Instagram has a completely different way of presenting your work online. As you know, YouTube has the aspect ratio 16:9, which is the regular full HD aspect ratio to view your videos in a wide screen. But Instagram actually made a dent in the universe and actually twisted that to be vertical. So in this video, I will be showing you a few tips and tricks to create the best render settings for your Instagram stories, for Instagram TV, and also for your posts. So first of all, I'm going to make you an example for the post. This is just a photo. In this case, I'm just going to be talking about photos, but it applies to video as well. So right here, you can see, not sure if it focuses, but this is a square photo that I put on Instagram, and you can see how much of your own screen is used posting a square photo. And in my opinion, that's not the best way of doing it. You want to capture your audience to see as much as they can, as they're possibly allowed on your Instagram feed when they're scrolling. You want to be really sure their entire screen is filled as much as possible with your own work. So if we're going to scroll here up, I kind of learned about that, and here you can see that this is a larger photo. So here we're working with a square photo, and here we are working with a different aspect ratio where the photos are taking up more space of the screen. So this is very important when making posts on your Instagram profile, but still when you're uploading to Instagram TV or stories, you're working with a completely different resolution, and you want them to be even longer to fill up the entire screen. So let's jump into Adobe Premiere Pro, see the settings for both the post and Instagram stories. Instagram stories has the exact same settings as Instagram TV, so that's luckily. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, so here we are in Adobe Premiere Pro, and I imported a video that I uploaded on YouTube. This is actually a tutorial that I created on how to create that old school video effect overlay. So right here you can see these kind of scratches. If you want to see that, I will put a link below so you can check out that video. But so this is a really cool video. Of course, it's widescreen, and on Instagram that wouldn't really work, because you're only going to be if you're going to post this as a video, you're really not going to use enough of your screen space to make your video pop. So let's first work on an Instagram post, and then later we are going to see how to do the Instagram stories and Instagram TV. So I'm going to be creating a new item right here, and I'm going to select sequence. I'm going to create a new timeline, and I'm just going to head off to settings right away. And we're here in the editing mode custom, so you can choose your FPS, and that's completely up to you. I'm going to be using 24 frames per second, but a regular full HD video here would be 1920 by 1080, which is an aspect ratio of 16:9. And we don't want that. We want the video to post on Instagram to be 3:4, which means that it's 3 wide and 4 high, but this is just an aspect ratio, so the resolution is still different. So to do that, and a good aspect ratio for this is actually 1080 by 810. If we're going to do that, we have a normal 4:3 aspect ratio, so we want to invert that. So that's 810 by 1080. There we go. So now we have a correct aspect ratio for Instagram posts. So once you do that, you can actually save this preset as Instagram post and click OK. So now it will actually appear in the sequence presets all the way at the bottom. Once it's loaded up, we can see that right here, Instagram post. So select that, and we're going to write that like vintage post or give it a name, and then we're going to click OK. So now we have our sequence right here, and you can see that we have a nice aspect ratio to work with. This is the maximum capacity on Instagram to actually see. So what I'll do is actually drag in my video right here and keep the existing settings. And of course, your video is going to be too big, so you will have to click on it and change the scale. So we'll go to effects and controls and just drag this down as much as we can. Well, actually, it's kind of a perfect fit because the height of the video is 1080, and right here we are also working with 1080 in height. So I'm going to play my video, and on some points where I think that she's not correctly framed, what I'll do is kind of cut this video like until until here, and then I would go in that specific angle and click on that layer and just move it over. So I kind of do tweaks to my edits for Instagram because they're different. Like right here, she's walking too much on the side. So what I'll do is kind of go frame by frame with the arrows and then cut it with C, and then go over here to the end of that video, cut it over here, and then go back, click on it, and just move it over. So I do adjust everything to actually fit for Instagram. Okay, so that's really cool. Once your video is done for posts, you can just export that and you're good to go. So now let's say we want to post for Instagram TV. Let's go and do another one. So sequence and go for sequence settings. So right here we have custom 24 frames per second. And in this case, we want to have the full aspect ratio. That's 16:9, but converted, so 9:16. So here we're going to enter 1080 by 1920. Of course, remember that everything has to be square pixels, no fields progressive scan, which is ideal for online video. And then once you've done that, we can again save this preset as Instagram story, but I already have one, so I won't do that. And then you click OK, and now you can see that you have an even bigger space to work on. So here we can add our video for the Instagram story, keep existing settings, and we have to click on our video and go to the effects controls to scale it up. And there we go, again, do all the tweaks you want to do here, but now we see that our entire screen is nicely filled for this video, and you can post it to Instagram story, Instagram TV. If you want the story, make sure that you go and zoom in here and go at the 15-second mark, and then just press the out point, and then you have to export it that way. What I do is, if I have a longer story, I would actually go and one frame forward with the arrow to the right, and then press I to get an in point, and then go like at 30 seconds. And press O and then export this one, and just do that until the entire video is exported, and then I will upload that accordingly on my Instagram story. So another thing that you can do to kind of spice up your stories is go and apply some cool effects and text animations, which you're not allowed to do or actually able to do in the standard Instagram stories. So I actually have a really cool way of doing that. I will go to the graphics tab right here, or you can just go to window and open up the essential graphics here. These are amazing things that you can make, like in After Effects, do crazy animations and then animate them in Premiere Pro. And I actually have a bunch of these on our website if you want to check it out. I will put a link in the description. For example, for weddings, I have a nice wedding title, which you can see once it's loaded up. Give it some time. And there we have it. So we have a really cool overlay for weddings, for example, or if you're going to delete that and go for browse, you can import them very easily. But I really like, for example, the baller, the ballin intro. So I'm going to apply that over here. And of course, you can click on that and go to the effects controls, maybe scale it down, position it up, and kind of animate it that way. But that way you get some really cool animations in your text. So you can see really cool. You can change the text over here, and you can change the size of the text and change the color if you want to of that line, maybe to red, and you can completely animate it inside Premiere Pro, which is really cool to then use it maybe right here. Of course, you also have like a Instagram kind of lower thirds, which could be very cool because you're on Instagram. You can actually promote it a little bit more. So I'm going to click on that, scale it down a little bit, and then kind of move it over to the bottom. Now we have something like that. A little bumper on the bottom, super cool. All right, so once you're done with everything, what you'll have to do is go over here and kind of select the entire thing. And now for the export settings, really simple. Go to File, Export Media. Choose the H.264, which is the best renderer for online video. It's compact and good quality. And then we want to choose an output, kind of location, and then export video and audio, of course. Everything else should be kind of good because it's good to go from Premiere Pro itself. But what I like to do is, a lot of people tend to go online and search ways to upload posts and videos to Instagram from their PC, but I noticed that video is a very difficult one. So I just plug in my cable of my phone, I just drag in my video that I want to upload in my folder of my camera, and then I would upload that story or Instagram post and just delete that video because it's kind of too big to keep it on my phone. But that's how I do it. I think that's still the easiest way until today. So yeah, there you have it. All right, so that's super cool. And if you want to check out our website for the Instagram stories or any other project, we'll put a link in the description below. And if you have suggestions, like you want some kind of animations for your Instagram stories, definitely let me know in the comments below, and I might actually be making a pack for that, so you can use that very easily. But that's it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a like. Also be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. And apart from that, like I said, check out our website and hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.